welcome everybody. I hope you're all good today. Please let me know, please confirm on the chat if you can hear me, just to be sure that we are live and we can be heard.
Yes, we can hear you very well.
All right, super. Thank you very much. And welcome everybody to the Catalyst Change Week 2022. We are super excited to be here with all of you and to have this session with you. There's a lot of amazing sessions happening across the world, and we're really pleased to have you here join us. And for this session, we're going to be talking about how to turn your education into decent jobs. And today, I will be your host alongside with my co-host as well. My name is Damilola Fasoranti. I am the Chief Listener at Prefill Academy, and I have my co-host here, Alice and Abubakar. They're going to introduce themselves right now as well, and then we'll go right into it. So Alice and Abubakar, please introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Mr. Fash. Hi, everyone. It is great to be here. My name is Abubakar Balogun. I work for Prefill Academy Nigeria. From Nigeria. It is a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, so hi everyone. My name is Ballo. I'm a business development associate at Prefill Academy Rwanda 2, and it's such a pleasure to meet.
All right, great. So thank you so much for that quick introduction. Before we really get started today, I want to quickly share with us a very short presentation from the Catalyst, which is kind of going to get us into our conversation today, because this is an event, like I said, being hosted from different parts of the world, and it will be important for you to get a sense of what Catalyst is about. Catalyst 2030, and then from there we'll go right into our session for today. So please join me and watch this short video. I'll be back.
Movement of social entrepreneurs and innovators embracing collective action to achieve the SDGs by the deadline 2030. Our 1,500 members are active in 197 countries. By emphasizing collaborations, Catalyst 2030 is leveraging the power of the collective to accelerate real change in the lives of billions of people around the globe. What do our members say about Catalyst?
Catalyst 2030 is an invaluable global community of impact entrepreneurs.
Our relationship with Catalyst 2030 has really taught us the power of co-creation.
Join Catalyst 2030 and network, bond, and collaborate with our family members.
And I like the spirit of bringing change makers together to share and learn from each other.
Catalyst really understands the transformative nature of collaboration.
It's also a platform that can give us new tools and resources.
Catalyst 2030 has put my work on steroids.
But most importantly, to come up with solutions that are practical, ways where we can really make things happen, because social entrepreneurs are doers.
Are you a catalyst? Join us to achieve the SDGs.
Thank you for watching that with us, and I hope you get a little bit of sense of what Catalyst is about. And today we are definitely going to be catalyzing at each other, okay? Because we are all change makers from different parts of the world that wants to make change in our communities, that is creating different kind of opportunities for people as well. And we want to hear more about some of these things that you're doing in your communities and how you're trying to make change in your community, and how, of course, you can scale some of these things as well to different parts of the world. But before we go right into it, it would be interesting for us to know your name, your current location, and what is your expectation from today's session. If you can just put that in the chat, that will be very good. Okay, so as you're joining us, just share with us your name, tell us where you're joining us from, maybe your city or your country where you're joining us from today. And then you can just in one sentence as well, tell us what do you expect to gain from this session today. What are you hoping to be able to take out of the session that we're having today? And while you're putting all of that in the chat, I will just walk us through the agenda for today so that you can get a sense of what we're going to cover over the next 90 minutes. Our agenda is very simple and really quite straightforward. And we have done the opening, and you've also seen the video of Catalyst 2030. We're going to have this welcome, which we have started right now, and that's why we're saying you should share with us where you're connecting from and what your name is. We're also going to have a icebreaker. The Harley's is going to lead us in that. And then we will go into the session properly, where we're going to dig a little bit into what we call awareness. Then we'll dig into grooming, and then we'll go into action, which is also what we call that emotion. And then we will go into the next steps. And finally, we're going to close. We hope that we'll be able to, have all of this with you, and we can run this within 90 minutes. We know that sessions like this, where we have a lot of change makers in the room, there's always a lot of ideas, a lot of brilliant innovations that's going to come up, but we will try as much as possible with all of you to really keep it within that time. Thank you so much. I can see that Shelley is joining us from South Africa, and she's hoping to, or expecting to learn more about education and the transition into job opportunities. Definitely, absolutely. We're going to be looking into all of this in this session today. Thank you very much for joining us. For every other person that is also on the call with us, please share with us your name, where you're joining us from, and also tell us what you expect to gain from this session today. So I'm going to pass the baton on to Alice, that's going to lead us in this icebreaker. Yes,
so hi again, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. Hi again, everyone. As I said, Alice, and I'm from Ivory Coast. So my first actually job here today is to break the ice, right? I'm not sure about what you're feeling right now, so we are making an able to type templates for you to tell us more about how you feel. You will choose the number of the emoji that best describes your feeling and share it with us. Don't say anything right now, just type the number and wait until I count 1 to 3. And you will all drop at the same time to choose a number, right? So, okay, just type the number. Are you feeling like the number 1, the number 2, or the number 3 or 4 right now? Type it and let me count. Ready? 1, 2, 3. So drop. Let us know how you guys are feeling right now. Oh, okay. Okay. 1, and 4. Okay, that's Julia. Can you tell us more about 1 and 4? What is it describing for you?
1 because I'm happy, but 4 I think because it's been a crazy week with Catalyzing Change Week. I'm jumping from one session to another, so feeling a bit like this.
Yeah,
happy to be here. Very happy.
Yeah, we are so happy to having you here too. What about you, Charlie? What is the 1 describing for you?
For me, 1 describes I am alive and I am living and I am here.
I know, right? Yes, we are all alive, and yeah, that's a great thing. Thank you for sharing it with us. So how? Well, I have those. If someone here is not actually don't have a low level on energy, that person will actually be at the top of the level at the end of the session. Well, let's jump into the first part of our session called awareness. For this part, we're going to do a small activity called Find Who You Are. Right? I was hoping you could go into the breakout room and create a story from all your background. Every person has to see the information in the story, actually. It's basically an exercise that will help you reveal skills you never thought you had. So think about it when you're doing the activity. Please try to tell deep things and look deep inside yourself for what you are good at, and bring it out in this story that you are going to do. Yeah, okay. So here is a template that you can use to actually create that story. If I'm not clear and you need some explanation, more mission, you can just let me know for going to the breakout room for 15 minutes. That sound okay for you?
So for each of the breakout rooms, you will work on a document. So there's going to be a document that we're going to share with you. So for people that are going to room 1, I'm going to share on the chat now the document that you're going to work on. So we're going to have other people that are also going to be in other rooms as well. So I think what is important is that it's important for you to kind of have these, the links, so that when you get into your room, you know exactly, how to kind of get things started. So if you're going to be in group 1, that's the link. If you're going to be in group 2, that's the link as well. I think we're going to have just 2 rooms so that we can really be able to kind of come back really early. But then in case we have, I think we can just have 2 groups actually. We can just have 2 groups. Yeah. So that's going to make it a little bit more faster for us and to kind of really get a lot of things happening. So, okay.
Yeah.
So for your rooms, just 1 second and you will all find yourself in your rooms right away. So if you're in group 3, this is also the link for you. All right. So you're going to have just about 15 minutes in your group. So try to really use the time as much as possible. And what you're going to be doing in the group, just like Alice has explained, is that you're going to create a story of, learning more about yourself and the person in your group. And at the same time, what has been your passion or what has been some of the impact that you have made. So by the time you come back, we expect that we're going to see brilliant stories that have been created. So see you guys in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh.
Thought I was going to see some
Hello. Hey.
I thought I was going to see some faces. What's happening?
Okay, I leave the holders. Just the thing is, the time is so short.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to listen to 1 or 2 people from each of the groups to share with us. How did it go in your group? Did you start building your story? Because we expect to actually see some lovely stories for us to read that you're back. So let me call 1 person from each of the groups. Then Alice is actually going to share with us a story as a speaker today on awareness. Can we call Jemima? How did you go in your group? How was your exercise? Did you build some stories?
Okay, for our group, that's group 2.
Right.
I think we had lots of stories to share. So the first question was around going down the memory lane around childhood. And I think one of the things that was common with those of us in the room then was dance. So we remember that when we were just kids, we would dance, and those memories never left us. Someone also shared about turning trash into useful objects. And I think there was also a sharing around football. Someone loved football and then role playing. Then moving on to the next question about the one around story. I think Peace, one of us had a very good story. Peace and Abubakar. Abubakar shared about how he helped someone at the airport. Something that could look so obvious, but it looks as if nobody could see it. Peace shared about how she encouraged someone to see a particular skill, and that person has gone ahead to become a content developer now. And moving on to the passion story, I think Chinwe shared about he loved volunteering and he could volunteer and never get tired of it. Someone shared about sleep. So yes, I don't know if we're going to form all this story into a whole one, but we just had different stories.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Jemima. You're still going back to your groups, okay? But we thought that for this first exercise, you'd have actually built a story already. But let's see how much you guys can spend your time in the next time that you're going to go back to your groups. From the second group, can we have, who was in the other group? Jamie, can you share with us? How did it go in your group?
Okay, yes, in my group, for everyone, it seems like we have a common goal, so which is about helping people. So from Alice, so when Alice was young, so she do give advice to people around her, which has helped them. And for me, when I was young, one of the things I love the most is playing football. So like that's what I love the most. And for the second question, which is how we have helped people, I think Stephen, I couldn't. I've forgotten the name. I couldn't hear pronounce the name well, and I don't want to mispronounce it. So one of us shared about her like giving advice to people, how like, and it has helped them improve in their life. So, and for me, I shared about helping young children in rural community to become better at reading. So yes, it has really been helpful, and we have common goal. We have common goal together.
All right, thank you so much for sharing that, Jamie. We hope that the first part of this exercise has really helped you to see that while you are in different part of the world, there are many other people in different part of the world as well that are actually using their skill set, some of their stories, and some of the passion that they have to create some initial changes in different places. So it means that you're not just a change maker just alone. There are so many people across the world as well that really wants to make change based on their gifts and some of the potentials that they have. And that's why we're having this session where you will have an opportunity, of course, to connect with these people. And the goal is that from this session, you will actually become real friends and you can create a whole lot more impact in the world. So I'm just going to invite Alice to share with us a little bit deeply as well about how she really got herself in terms of, being aware of the gifts that she has. And she has started kind of using that now to create some possibilities in terms of jobs, internships, and some other things as well. Alice?
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Fash. So let me share a little story with you. When I was a kid, I was always bringing friends home. Whenever I went out and came back from my works, I always had a new person to introduce to my mother. I remember that my mother was constantly surprised and even afraid that something would happen to me one day because I was so friendly with everyone, even the older one, actually. So she forbade me to go out for a good part of my childhood. Now that I'm older, I understand why it was so easy to communicate with strangers. I'm simply friendly and outgoing. I can connect with people whenever I want to. These skills help me in my daily life, especially in my professional life, right? I have built up an excellent address book, which has enabled me to get a job since my first year of university. So at my first year of university, I got a job. It's something, it's not usual actually. I want to say. I have been able to establish a link with the director of Mitsubishi here in Ivory Coast. And thanks to my skills in this field, I'm on the good track to getting a job as a financial analyst in this company. So because I know my goals, I use this talent of like being friendly and sociable to people. I use these talents I have to be able to achieve my goals. And I think that's what everyone should do. For me, success is about how ability to realize what we stand for as a person first and foremost and realize what we are capable of. Doing this first introspection will allow us to know what we are and are not capable of doing, to focus on our strengths while developing our weaknesses. And this is what will help you turn your skill and your talent into a job, actually. Use your talents, your gifts that came from the gods to actually use it as a weapon to get jobs or opportunities. So this is the first small stories I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope you take something from it. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alice, for sharing that with us. Yes, I mean, the point is that we hope that everyone that has done this exercise sees some relevance in their skills and how they can begin to connect this to their work and even things that they want to do. We're going to go now to grooming, and I will allow Abubakar to share with us how to really get this started. We will all go back into our groups again. We'll be sent back to our all our groups. When you scroll down the document that you have used, you will see the second exercise that you're going to work on. So, okay, let me share a little bit more and think about this exercise. Then when we all come back, I feel we'll have a bit of reflections. Then Abubakar can kind of walk us through a couple of other things as well. All right, so this second part is about grooming. You have all gone to the breakout rooms and you've seen some of the beautiful things that you have done. You have reflected on some of your gifts. You have noted that there's some impact that you've started making in your life as well. And now we want to go back into our breakout rooms and ask ourselves, we will now begin to list down some of these gifts or some of these skills. So you have a table already in that document, and I hope you all still have access to it. If not, we can share it again on the group. And then you will now begin to highlight how have you been developing those gifts. So someone that, you know, met somebody at the airport and you help them. How are you now developing these gifts? How are you now helping more people? Maybe you have to continue to go to the airport and help more people. For some of you that have paid school fees for people, how have you been developing this kind of gift or this kind of passion to create more possibilities in the world? So you have done this for one person or in your community. How have you been trying to groom these things, these gifts, to become even much better? And then you will see a last part on that table where each of you in your group, you will now be telling yourself or making suggestions on how you can even develop that even much better. Okay, so when you get into that document, start writing some of your skills there and just put your name at the front. Okay, so you can divide yourself in the group, and maybe somebody will be writing and some other people will be talking. And then as one person mentioned their gifts, they would mention how they've been developing it. So you also document that. And then everybody in the group, we tell them or share with them how they can even continue to develop that gift. Does this look clear? Are we good to go to our breakout room? Please let me know. You can put yes or no on the chat, and then we'll all be sent to our breakout rooms. Let me know if we are ready. Okay, so it's clear. All right. So, and if you're just joining us, you'll be in the breakout room, and I'm sure every other person in your group will explain to you what they did the first part, and also now get into the second part. So, okay, I'm going to share. Let me share again the rooms. So people that are in group 3, this is the documents that you can access, and people in group 2, on the chart is how to access your group as well. All right, so take care. You're going to have 15 minutes again. Please use your 15 minutes pretty well, and see you back in another 15 minutes. Take care. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, some smiling faces. Interesting. Okay. What happened in your group? Did you have enough time this time around, or still did not have enough time? So I'm going to go to the rooms and just call one or two people, and then Abubakar is going to share with us some thoughts. Okay, let's go to room 3. Street Johnny, can you share with us what happened in your room? Did you have enough time? What came across as some new thoughts? Rosalind, do you want to share from your group?
I kept missing most of what's being said, but yeah, I think our group went well. We were suggesting, well, time limit. We had a little bit of time left, not on our side. However, we were left on suggesting grooming ideas for each other. Yeah, that's where we left off, but it was good. I hope you can hear me. I'm really having trouble.
Amazing. That was good. Thank you so much for sharing with us what happened in your group. So let's go to the other group. Shirley, can you share with us what happened in your group? How did it go?
The group went well. We shared about our own skills with regards to listening, talking, communicating, and we were speaking about ways in which we can improve. But it also depends on what the goal is, because you can learn how to communicate or you can learn how to listen better. But unless you have a specific goal, then it's hard to give advice on how you can improve in that particular skill set. But to keep on practicing and to keep on learning more.
That sounds pretty good. Thank you so much for sharing that. I would just like to ask a very simple question on the chat, and Abubakar is going to kind of take the floor. Do you feel you need more time to really develop those things there? And do you feel you want to do this maybe even after, like connect with other people and kind of build this out after? Just put it in the chat and we can definitely think about how to do that. I'm just going to pass the floor to Abubakar to share with us a little bit more about the grooming.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fash. Hi, everyone. I hope we had an interesting breakfast session. So I initially wanted to talk about something else, but during the breakfast session, I stumbled on something that is fascinating, and I had to switch. I think I want to share an interesting story about me that some important steps I took some years back that has served as as a foundation for everything I do in my life from now on, like since that point. Around 2018, I found myself having to difficult to hold small conversation with people, irrespective of whether it's English, whether it's my local language, to be able to conceptualize idea, even 5-minute conversation. It was so difficult for me. I remember watching TED video on TED Talk on YouTube. I checked the timeline. I saw 90 minutes. I was so shocked. How could these people speak for 90 minutes so straight without the break? I started watching more TED videos. It came to me that these people are human beings too. I would also like to improve my communication skill. So it's happened where I was living at that time was a grassroots community. There were not a lot of people to talk to, especially people who could really help me improve my communication skill. So what I usually do, I will watch these videos over and over again. I will record myself. Sometimes I do videos, most time I do audio. I will record myself for like 5 minutes, talk about whatever comes to my mind. And I will, after the record, I will listen to it, evaluate, trying to figure out where I need to improve on. I did this for about 1.5 years. I still do it, but not as regular as I used to do before. Looking back, I don't know what really pushed me to start recording myself, but I've been able to communicate with literally anyone. I've been able to, be confident in what I'm saying. I've been able to travel to some places and no fear of, what am I going to be talking about? What are these people talking about? Whenever I find myself in a job interview or having to discuss with clients about a gig, communication is never the barrier. I know the moment we schedule the interview, I know I have like 70% chance of winning that gig, because it all depends on winning, like communicating my idea. So it's just amazing. I wish I had this, like I planned to talk about this, but during the session it just came to me because there was also another person who did the same thing, and I was like, yeah, I feel it's going to inspire people how like to really groom their own skill as well. So I found communication like paramount and prevalent in every facet of my life. Whenever I have to maybe advise somebody, it's all about communication. People like there was a time where a child, like a kid, was misbehaving, and they brought him to me. Even his parents believe that nobody, like, is not going to listen to anybody. But the way I communicate to that kid, until now, it has changed him a little bit, and his parents are always grateful. So, for the sake of time, I will stop here. So, yeah, this is the logical step I took to grow myself and just inspire people beyond what I can imagine. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Abubakar, for sharing with us the beautiful stories of how you've kind of groomed yourself and, of course, helped people as well to kind of improve themselves and become better. We are gradually moving towards the end, but then I can see from the chat that many of you actually said you would like to definitely follow up and kind of stay connected to everyone. I think it would be important for you to kind of share maybe your contact or your email, you know, even your LinkedIn or something on the chat, as we are gradually moving towards the end. But this part is a part where all of you would actually have an opportunity to share for about 1 minute. And what we're doing at this part is that we have come from awareness. So you are aware of, you know, what are the possibilities or what are the things you used to enjoy when you were young. You shared a little bit about what you're currently doing, some of the impact that you're already making in your own way. You've talked a little bit more about how you've been grooming some of these skill sets, some of these talents. And you've even heard a little bit more from other people as well. These different suggestions or ways to really build things and make things even much better. Now, I want to move to the part of action. Just looking at this whole thing about awareness and then the grooming part of things, what are the actions that you believe you want to take now? And in this situation, we really want to talk a lot more about, share with us a goal that you have maybe in the next few months or in the next few weeks. And then tell us, what action do you want to take, just based on the fact that you've done a little bit of exploration with other people, realizing that other people have some of those gifts, or they're also developing some of those things. What are the areas that you want to take specific action? Now you're going to be connecting with people from different places as well. So that means that they will be eager to follow up with you to ensure that you achieve some of your goals or some of the actions that you want to take from here. So this is the possibility that's actually happening from here. You are meeting people for the very first time and they are becoming your friend automatically. I think that's amazing. So I'm going to start with Shirley. What is one thing that you want to do in a few weeks or in a few months? And based on what we've shared today, how do you think you're going to get there? What action do you need to take? And then for everyone on the call today, how do you think they can really support you to kind of get there? So Shirley.
One thing I really want to do in the next couple of weeks is submit my thesis proposal so I can graduate with my honors degree. And from what I hear from other people about them listening to YouTube videos and practicing their skills, I think I just need to practice my writing just to get it done, because that's the hardest part. It's always writing.
Okay, fantastic. So is it okay if other people that are in your group connect with you and kind of continue to support you, push you, check up on you, yeah?
Yes, it would be lovely. I left my LinkedIn and my email address on the chat. I'm also trying to copy everyone's before the session ends.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, the next person is going to be Rosalie.
Wow, where to start from? I feel in the next weeks, if we talk of weeks, I need to get done with my thesis. And I'm with Sherry here. I think Sherry, I will be as much as she wants someone to push, and I also need her pushing. So maybe we can just be best friends. I need someone to push me to do it because I've been really struggling with the writing. That allows me to actually get into the teaching practice a lot more if I get my thesis done. So I need that. And in months, I want to start up an after-school class for kids who are struggling in school. So for me to get that done, it just needs me to advertise a lot and get kids coming. So I'll need pushing at that and people to encourage me because I sometimes feel like I just can't do it and it's too much for me.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Rosaline. And definitely you already have buddies here, right? Shelley's here already as well. She's also trying to write. So writing buddies are formed already. The next person will be Peace.
Okay, so my next goal now is continue writing. Yeah, that is basically, I've probably not been writing for a while. So yes, that is continue writing. That is one thing I want to get done, and also continue participating actively in speaking, attending events, just to make sure that I'm connecting with people more and growing as well. So yes, that is definitely something I'm looking into. And yes, I'm also organizing this after school lesson for children. So yeah, and it has been really fun, and I'll continue doing it. So if anyone wants to connect, I'm really available for connections and all.
Okay, Rosaline, there you go. The next person would be Jamil.
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity, Mr. Parish. So my next goal for the next couple months is to monetize my skill, my writing skill, which is mostly about freelancing. So like it's one of the things I've been prompted to do for a while. So, and it's really my goal for this month in order to monetize it. And also, I love connecting with people in order to expand my horizon and my knowledge. So I am passionate about helping people in grassroots community to turn their potential into social solution. And this is one of the goals I've been achieving towards volunteering, by volunteering for Freeco Academy. So yeah, I'm passionate about this and I'm open for connection with anyone. So thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. Of course, I need to take the baton now back to our speakers to also share with us what they kind of got from today and how they would definitely want to take action also from here as well. And then we're going to close from there. I'm going to pass it first to Alice.
So the action I will be taking from now is that I have to actually do again my CV. Yeah, do my CV because as I explained in my stories, I have to apply for a position at Mitsubishi. Corporation is a car things. I think everyone knows it, right? So I have to do again my CV, and I have to start a program in finance analyst actually. So it's my next plan. Program analyst in ILEX, African Leadership Group. Yeah. So this is basically what I will be doing after this session, right? Like I will just drop into this just after this session. And which else do I need? Actually, I need to connect with people again to have more opportunities and find it's my best friend in terms of finance thing because I'm actually looking for a mentor and all these things. So yeah, this is basically what I'll be doing.
Thank you very much. And then we'll pass it on to Abubakar.
I think the session has been a enlightening one. Most of my best moments, some of my best moments comes from the breakout room. I've been able to learn from people, and I've also been able to learn from other people's story, which in some way quite similar. And the next logical steps I would take is to actually, revisit, my past. I found that there are some stories that I haven't told, and the world would like to hear, and I would also like to engage more people listening to them. One of the speaker in the breakout room suggested like how to become better at listening. I think it's a skill that everybody should strive to become better at. So I want to continue to improve my listening skill, not just speaking alone, but listening. There's so much there's more to listening than even speaking. So yes, that is my feedback. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and for sharing your action plan. It's really good to hear from you. The very last part now is just to hear your feedback. Like I shared on the chat, there is a feedback from there that you can actually click and kind of share with us how this session has been. But I think I'm just going to take about 3 people as well to just share verbally with us how this session was like, what did you learn from here, how did it feel like, okay, just being here and kind of connecting with people. I'm going to call on Peace, Shirley, and Rosalind. So let's start with Peace.
Okay, wow, this session was really, really good, like very amazing. It has been a while I've had something like this, like a place where I can share about what I've been doing and get suggestions from people. So it has been really a very wonderful session. And somehow I just remembered now that I also have to do my CV, like I have to update it. That has been a while I've updated it. So yeah, I will also do that now. And also work on freelancing as well, since Jamie also mentioned it, and I'm also working in that direction. So I'll definitely put that into priority as well. So thank you so much for this session. It was really amazing. And thank you for the connections as well, guys. I'm really happy that I was able to relate with everyone on a very wonderful level.
Thank you very much. Peace for sharing. And then we'll take it on to Shelley.
It was a lovely session. Thank you so much. The biggest take me home message that I'm taking from the session is that things that we enjoyed as children or talents that we have can also be converted into potential talents in the workplace and not just hobbies. Thank you.
Wow, that was powerful. I mean, we are ending this session today with a very powerful statement from Shirley that the things that we consider as just hobbies or things that we just love to do can actually be converted into something much, much bigger than we've always been thinking about it. So just want to thank all of you for connecting with us from every part of the world today and kind of, helping us to go into those breakout rooms and connect with other people as well. That was definitely the goal of today's session, is how you can turn your education. And for us, we reflect about education as your stories, your gifts, your, the things you've done in your life, all of those things we consider that as education, how you can convert all of that thing into decent jobs. And when we talk about jobs could be new enterprises, it could be new initiatives, it could be new programs, and new possibilities for yourself as well. So thank you so much to all our speakers today, Alice Ballo and Abubakar Balogun, and of course myself for kind of hosting all of you today on the Catalyzing Change Week. And we hope to, of course, connect with you all, just as you have connected with all of yourselves. If you want to share on social media about this session, definitely the hashtags are there. You can mention any one of us online as well. You can connect with us and we can continue to take the conversation forward. Thank you so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of your day, your week, and your month. You can please unmute yourself and just say goodbye to everyone.
Bye. It's lovely to be here. Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Bye.
Have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Take care.